Hey guys, okay, so I'm just keeping an eye on my messages. There was a mix-up at work earlier. I don't have to work today, so I don't know. Anyway, so I've had a request by one of my subscribers to do a teaching video on hand sewing. So that's what this is going to be, guys. Insurance. I think. Yeah, I'm not gonna check any of that because I might mess that up. Okay, so right now I have these two that I need to sew together. And you want the quilt blocks opposite, like this. So you got to make sure that that's how they're sitting on top of each other, is opposite. I'll show you. See that? See? Just put them face down opposite each other. Okay. Now, I have pins. I'm actually not really doing this like what you would normally do this, how you would normally do this. I have shirts to finish, I have seeds to plant, but I have my desk to put together, I have videos to do, and I have a quilt to work on. Excuse me, technically I have 2 quilts to work on. Okay, so the pins, these are the pins I have. The pins, I'm putting them through this side, the side facing me. I'm going to have to move this because it's not. You want to make sure the edges are flush as you can get them. My daughter has another sinus infection. Okay. I think it's as good as I'm going to get it. Oh, my pin is bent. How did that happen? Okay. So you want to put the pin near the seam. So I put the one pin near the seam. And then the other one I'm going to put near the end corners. I'll show you in a minute. And the quilt blocks are not completely even. I'm not going to worry about it. There's even a, they'll still get sewn together, so it's fine. Nothing is perfect. Unless you get them pre-cut. And then they're still not perfect, because I got some pre-cut ones, and they're not completely straight either, so. Okay. So, this is how I put the pins on it. If you can see them. That one near the seam, and then that one. Now, where I'm going to start sewing is on this corner. Right there. Okay. Here's my needle. I don't have very much thread on there, but I don't like to waste it, so I always wet it down a little bit. My grandma taught me to wind it around your finger and then roll it and then pull it out. And it usually knots pretty good. I've only had untie on me like once or twice. Not very often. But Lisa, this is for you. So, and whoever else wants to take up hand sewing, because it is definitely something, grid down situation, if you have to make your own stuff, you definitely want to know how to hand sew. Just gotta make sure you have a lot of fabric. And I am stuck restocking up on stuff because all of my stuff is in Michigan. So, okay. So just put the needle through the back part of it. I don't even know if you can see it. The sun's in the way. The needle through the back of it. Now, it's gonna be kind of hard to show. I'll do the best I can. I take the needle and I just put the needle through. I'll show you as close as I can, like that. See how close it is? It's kind of underneath it, so I'm gonna move it. See? I'll show you how close it is. And then I just pull it through. You know, start slow. The stitches, I put them about that close. And you just work on getting them as straight as possible. The straight hand stitch is pretty much one of the easiest ones to do. There's the overlap stitch, I think they call it. I don't remember. I'll just sit here and do this right on the video so Lisa especially can see, and whoever else. Hopefully, you know, you guys will take this stuff under your wing and try it yourself. I mean, quilt blocks honestly is the easiest thing to start with. Even if it's a denim quilt, like the other one I've started, it's one of the easiest to start with because they're small, they're easy to work with. Okay. Sometimes my thread doesn't like to go all the way through, so I always check to make sure it's probably the thread because it's cheaper thread, but hey, I don't make that much money, so. What's up, Chloe? What's the matter? Usually you don't sit over here. Here's some pizza that Scott brought home from the lookout. Hang on, guys. Okay. Sorry, guys. Chloe wanted to show me something. Anyway. So, on the back side of it, it's really hard to do this like this. On the back side of it, and you just check your stitches to make sure that, you know, the thread is down. I don't know. It's really hard for me to see. Just check your stitches. It does take a little bit, you know, I mean, it takes some time. To be honest, I haven't really done a lot of hand sewing. I've made a few shirts. I've made a couple of t-shirts for myself. I've made a couple of sweatshirts. I made a sweatshirt for Linda a long time ago. I was still in high school. I made a couple of tank tops. Funny thing is the patterns are still at the house in Michigan. I actually started a dress, but I think I kind of panicked and didn't finish it. So I still have that up in Michigan in an old sewing chest. Elaine would remember that sewing chest. I do believe it was one that was my grandma's that my mom ended up using. Nebula! Cut it out! Sorry, your dog's being a pain in the butt to the cat. You've got the spray bottles right there. I think Cinnamon was playing with her phone, and I think she accidentally stepped on the cat. Alright, anyway, sorry guys. Anyway, but I have several things. I've made quite a few pillows. You know, I can easily hand sew pillows out of old t-shirts. Now, old t-shirts can easily be made, can be cut up and used for cleaning rags, for things called unpaper towels. You can also, believe it or not, you can make feminine pads out of old t-shirts. As a matter of fact, I might look into, we do have a thrift store down here, and I'm going to try to, one of these points in times, I need to go in there when I actually have some money. I need to go in there and see if, try to see if I can catch them open for one. And for two, see if I can get a bunch of old t-shirts. You know, and maybe even find some fabric and, you know, just stuff for sewing and that kind of thing. And also maybe for some clothes that we need, but anyway, excuse me guys. Okay. Anyway, sorry. Hot dog, you know that, right? Get your bone. $1.25. Trying to do this close enough to the camera to where hopefully, I mean, it's really hard to. Stop. Stop it. Sometimes I have a hard time hitting the right spot with a needle. Now, Elaine reminded me to press open the seams, but the seams are so small, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. I don't have an iron right now either. And I'm not going to stop working on it, so. I'll just try to press them open. I'm going to have to try to get an iron because I know I need one. Now, for our property, I'm going to have to get an old-fashioned iron. One that can be heated up on a wood cook stove. Excuse me. Like they used to do. I can do, man. We're out good. Have mercy on your sorry soul. Well, I'm new in town. Would have been nice to have been invited to your party. Stand down, man. What? Judge is coming tomorrow. I'm hoping that this is enough of a teaching video. I know it's a little bit difficult to show exactly like where I'm putting the needle, that kind of thing. What? See how close it is to the thread? That's how close you want your stitches. Here, I'll do something so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. This is how you want your stitches to look. That's what you're aiming for right there. And you just have to like keep playing around and get the needle as, you know, you don't want it too close because if you get it too close and there's only like a teeny thread in between the two stitches, that thread could end up breaking and then you've got, you know, it's going to be looser right there and you don't want that. So it's just, it is really hard, you know, like especially on this camera. I mean, I bet I'm able to do a lot. I'm able to show you guys a lot, but now I'm actually going to be working on trying to get a video camera. And probably once we start pulling in some money from Faith First, then I might make Chloe my camera person.
Stop it. You don't need to be whining. Knock it off.
And that way when we do videos on the property, especially when once we're pulling an income off the property, you know, she can follow us around with a camera basically.
Down, son. Nebula, stop. Buddy else got something to say. Let's hang him. Stop. Wait. Nebula! I helped John kill Cal. No. I helped him bring it back to town. If you're gonna hang someone, hang me. Please. Hold still. I don't know if anyone can listen. Hold still. Nebula, stop. My views aren't always the most popular.
What's the matter?
There's something in her eye. He and John. She wouldn't let me get it out. Stop. I know what they did was wrong. They did it because someone they both cared for starving. I don't know what it's like to be hungry. So hungry and steal. That day came. Both with my friends and family. See me in need. Help me.
I should have enough thread to get to the pin. Then I'll show you guys what I do to change the thread out.
What we're deciding today is what kind of place this town will be. A place where we all look out for ourselves. A place where we look at.
Let's see what happens. Hang on, guys. You're going to witness this. They hung up.
10 years.
That sucks.
1 year.
Next time I get a spam phone call, I'm going to answer it Faith First Farm and Homestead. Just because. I hate spam phone calls.
Dr. Mike. Anybody got anything else? something to say. I'm dropping charges. What? I can't do that. Can't I? If she brought him up, she can sure drop him. It's all over. You're free to go.
Okay. Take the pin out, because I'm really close.
See you at the ranch at 6 in the morning. Start mended fences.
Real close to the middle. I should be able to make it to the seam. You see there's not much thread left, but I've got enough to make it to the seam because it's not very far, see? It's not very far, so just a few more stitches. Had to move the needle because it was up too far. You don't want it too close to the edge. Now, your seams are technically supposed to be about 1/4 of an inch wide. But with these quilt blocks, they're small enough, I can't really do that. So I've got very small seams. Okay, now, the seams. Since I'm right there, what I'm trying to do, opening them up.
Sure ain't no lawman either. Guess I'm gonna have to learn to trade. Maybe I ought to go to medical school.
That one through, and then
Come on, man.
shoot. Got one side open, but not the other one, of course. I usually use the needle to try to open the seam on the other side. There's not enough room. Ow. I never wear thimbles. So I try to get the seam open on at least one side, and then I put the needle through. Okay. Now I've got it in the middle of the seam, pulling it through, and I'm just trying to sew the seam open, basically. Ah! Okay, well, I kind of missed. Didn't really work. Sometimes it doesn't work very well, but alright, I pulled it through. Now what I'm gonna do, put the seam through, or seam, put the needle through. Now I've got a little bit of, oh, that worked. Sometimes you pull the needle out. Alright, put the needle through. And then I take the little bit of thread that's left, like this, and twist part of it around, hold it apart, and twist that part around like 4 or 5 times. Hold on, guys. Really? Faith First Farm and Homestead, who's calling, please? Hang up. Ow, I just scratched myself with a needle. Alright, then you pull the needle through. And then just kind of, the thread that's up there, you kind of drag that down and it knots. Then, where's my scissors? Hold it up. You can take, you always want to leave a little bit, and no, it's not done. But, pull that out, and then get some more thread. And I try to do about, with these, I try to do about this much. And I have, take the needle. My needle threader. It's just easier. I don't like fighting with it. That through the needle threader. And then pull that through. I like to keep the needle threader on the top of my spool because I don't want to lose it. Okay. I always wet it down at the end. I'm going to take it like this. Then once again. There we go. Now, then you just take now I try to keep the knotted ends on one side. As if you can see where the knots are, right there, right there. Try to keep them all on one side, even though that one's kind of at the top, but then I just take and right where I left off, put the needle through pretty much. Real close to it. And then pull it through. And then start sewing down to the end of the quilt block set. And then, of course, it's the same on your straight stitches. It's kind of a longer video, but I was requested to do a teaching video, so that's what this is, you guys. So hopefully this will be a very well watched video and get a lot of views and a lot of likes and a lot of shares, guys. You please start sharing our videos. You know, I know that I don't have a lot of how-to videos on with us doing and showing everybody what I'm talking about. I don't have that ability right this second. We're not on our property, okay? We'll get there. In the meantime, I'm just trying to keep, putting the information out there for people. There's a lot to be said for the information that I'm sharing. Because it's giving you guys the how-to videos are coming, okay? The informational videos are giving you guys the details on everything. And as soon as I have what I need to do what we're aiming to do, I will do the videos. I will add those videos. I've been going over my channel quite a bit, and I've got some how-to videos on, and I messed up. I got a little too close to the, alright, I'll show you what I did. I don't know if you can see it or not. I got a little too close to the top, right there. So what you do when you do that is the next stitch, you just angle it just a little bit just to get back down to where you're supposed to be. And you know what? It's not going to look perfect. Who cares? You know? And even if I was to sell, you know, when I start selling these, the seams are going to be pressed open. The stitches are not going to show. The quilts are going to have backing. They're going to have a backing on them. You know, I'm going to try to go for a batting. I think what I really want to do is get some muslin, some natural muslin, and use that in between the quilt blocks and the backing instead of that nasty polyester, chemical filled polyester synthetic filling for the quilt. Because you have to, you know, really have to go down. Sometimes you have to compensate with your stitches on, I'll show you guys. See how the purple one is a little bit more than this one? Sometimes you have to compensate. I don't know if you can see it or not. So I had to put the thread down there farther. And there's a reason why I'm doing this on the video. Because
I asked Dr. Mike to stop in. She's done fine sewing with the people back east. I brought some pieces out and said something special. We only got 8 people here. Olive, you've always said that a new pair of hands is like a new line of harmony. That's true. Sometimes new things just slip. Excuse me, I don't get you mean. Like this vaccine business. Before you came, we got on fine without it. I really want to help. But you act like you got the answer to every question. I don't want to give that impression. My favorite aunt, the one I named for Olive Jean. She died. Terribly sorry. But believe me, that's a very rare occurrence. She wasn't your aunt. But I've seen this vaccine save people. Whole families. They're terrible sometimes. I got the vaccine myself. I even given it to my children. That's your choice.
I don't mean to be so quiet, guys. I know it's going to be kind of a longer video, and I hope it's not boring for some people. It might be. I know not every subscriber is going to watch all the videos. I wish they would, but I just, you know, I'm really hoping to reach out to more people, and you guys share these videos. If you have friends that you think might get something out of these videos that are, you know, trying different homesteading things that you think, you know, even if you have friends, family that's interested in the homesteading life or different aspects or whatever, share the videos. Share them on your platforms. Most people have Facebook. Well, I hate Facebook, but I use Facebook for a sharing platform for my videos mainly. Yeah, I also use it as a witnessing platform. So, I may have to get on my Instagram and try to get a lot more of my videos on my Instagram. It's hard to share videos to Instagram now, and it kind of sucks. I don't like how they changed their platform. So I wasn't gonna say anything about this on here, but I guess I'm gonna pose the question. So what do you guys all think about the eclipse? Any thoughts? Think it's biblical? I do, but what are you guys' thoughts on it? Leave comments and let me know. What kind of time frame do you guys think we're living in? You guys think we're living in the biblical end times? Prophetic end times? You know, leave a comment. Let me know. There's a lot of things that I found out recently within the last several years. Realized I was wrong about some things that I believed when I was growing up. Misinterpretations on quite a few verses in the Bible. There's a few people that I know that I've been trying to witness to over the years, many, many years, that's finally starting to see the light, and I'm just going to continue praying for that person's salvation. And if and when they watch this video, they catch this part of it, they'll know who they are. Again, I'm just going to keep praying for their salvation, and that eventually they choose God over their own desires. Because in the end, there is no other choice. At least not one that will be a pleasant outcome. Okay, so. Now at the end of it, so I'll show you how close I am. How close I am. Right there. The needle going through. See how close it is to the corner? Putting it through right there. So that's going to be my last stitch right there. So at the corner, it's really hard to do this. I'm going to put the needle through kind of at an angle from the other one. So it goes through right there. Probably going to have to turn the lights on later. And now I'm going to do the tie-off thing on the corner. I wound it around 5 times. Pull the needle through it. Drag this excess thread down. Make sure it's tight. And voila, there you go. There we go. Alright, so I'll show you what I mean. See, in the end, it still comes out good. And this is what it looks on the seam part of it. It still doesn't look bad. Really. Like, it really doesn't. And it looks really nice on the front. Now what I'm going to do with this, well, actually I'll set this aside. And I'm going to do 2 more sets of 4. Sew those together. And then I'm going to sew those 8 to this set of 8. And then I'll sew those 16 to the other 16. And I'm just going to keep going with that. So, anyway. Lisa, I hope that was enough. You know, if you have any more questions that you need answers to, just leave comments. Let me know. Guys, please comment on the videos. I really want to get to know my subscribers. I have a lot of things. So many things in my head. So many things in the making. I have so many things to do. I've got It's just not enough time. Not enough time to get things done. But I'm still going to try, obviously. Still going to keep plugging away at things and working on... Oof. Coffee creamer I bought this last time was a little too sweet. Oh well. Anyway. So... Stupid flies. I'm actually going to start doing these. I'm probably going to wash a few of these rocks. And I have a box full. Well, it's not full. Could easily get it full. But I'm going to actually start doing, like, the garden rocks, you guys. And those are going to be 10 for $2. Or... I'll probably just do $1 a piece. The smaller ones I'll probably go like 50 cents a piece. Now, as far as shipping goes, I'm gonna have to ask for the shipping from any of you that would like them. Or, I mean, yeah, if you want me to paint some and mail them, I'm gonna have to attach the shipping to it because those are gonna be heavy. They're rocks. Anyway, I still have to get down to the post office and have uh the glasses weighed and a shirt to see how, approximately how much it's gonna be. I don't really know. I mean, at the very least, I might just have to spend some money on a postal scale. Now, they're not that expensive, and I'm gonna have to get one anyway, but so I can at least put that information on my Etsy store, because that's the holdup on the Etsy store. I don't know how much it's gonna cost to ship this stuff. Haven't had time to really work on my recipe book yet. Or the planner. I have not had the time. I'm fighting with work and writing out pins and working on sewing and working on the shirts and planting seeds, which I've got to do. I need some more potting soil. I mean, I could try to get what I can planted. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get off from here and get this video uploaded. Like I said, Lisa, I hope that was enough for you. Remember, leave comments, guys. If you have questions, if you want to see anything. As you guys can see, a subscriber, Lisa, thank you. Excuse me. Asked me if I could do a teaching video on my hand sewing, and I did the best I could. I don't like my camera's not the greatest on my computer, but I did the best I could, and I hope it works. If you have any more questions, let me know, and I'll do my best to help you out. If there's anything you want me to do and show you, leave a comment. Let me know, and I will do my best to do a video showing you. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this up there, and I will see you guys in a little bit. Bye, guys. Remember, like and share the videos. Share them on all your platforms. Instagram, Tumblr. I don't care if you share them on Twitter or not. X, whatever it is. I think it's stupid for them changing their name. I call it Twitter. It's what I'm always going to call it. I don't even have an account with them anymore. I don't really care, to be honest. I mean, I've thought about... I don't know. I might do it in do it under Faith First Farm. But, share them on all your platforms, Instagram, Facebook, especially, Tumblr, Twitter, I don't know, Pinterest. Share them on your Pinterest platform. I share them on my Pinterest platform. They're on my Pinterest under Sue Hostler, and I have them saved on my Faith First Farm board. So, and there's quite a few on there. So, anyway, just share them, share the videos, like the videos, recommend the videos, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and don't forget to click on all, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye, guys.